going on, Jerome's? Beautiful Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, Vikings obviously got the day off, preparing for preseason action tomorrow, historic U.S. Bank Stadium against the Houston Texans. Danielle Hunter not going to be playing. Most of the Texan stars aren't playing, so J.J. McCarthy is going to light them up. It's going to be good. But Danielle returning. He'll be on the sideline, baseball cap on, chewing sunflower seeds like most starters who don't play in preseason, but still looking jacked. Where Danielle Hunter is the patron saint of, hey, you should probably go work out. I don't know, man, but Danielle, he'll always be special to me. He'll always be a Viking, all that stuff, right? But we're kind of good with Grenard. Also, something to work out is that I have no transition. Anyways, PurpleFTW.net, our store link is down below. 15% off using promo code preseason25. Shouldn't it be 25% off? That's right, but good until 8/25/25. So all the gear, all the hats, we got fanny packs now, all the mugs. Go check it out. So 50% off using promo code preseason25 at the store PurpleFTW.net. Vikings on Thursday had their final preparation, sort of a amped up walkthrough, in their shells, helmet, shoulder pads, and all that good stuff. TJ Hockenson, first down. He's got the. It's not quite the the Chris Carter first down. It's more the Jerome Simpson, because I always love Jerome Simpson in terms of talent to how much I love them. He's up there, right? He had weed FedEx to his house or something like that, right? But I just remember the first down. It was good, man. It was always good. Also, linebackers Kobe King, Austin Keys, Coach Hat, special teams coordinator, gave a shout out to Kobe King. Looks like he's doing good on third unit this year. But also, I always love the linebacker aesthetic. You know what I mean? It's good. Yeah. Also, J. McCarthy, nice little shot. I think this ended up with a pass breakup by Harrison. Something like that. But also, you know that J.J. McCarthy... Actually, Kevin O'Connell's a genius. All right? We said this before. Here's what's going to happen. So, next week is the end of open practices for the fans, right? Joint practices with the Patriots on... Because I think they'll practice on Monday, and then they'll have joint practice Wednesday and Thursday, right? And McCarthy's probably only going to play in the first preseason game against the Texans. And the Texans, they don't seem to be playing most of their starters on defense. So it's going to be JJ, probably a couple starters along the offensive line. You'll probably get Jackson, probably not O'Neal. Probably get Jackson, maybe you get Will Fries for a little bit. Probably not Kelly, probably not Darisaw. It's all right. But he's going to light up that Texans backup defense. Just light their ass up, right? He's going to have 3 tutties in the first half, have a perfect 158.3 quarterback rating, complete 85% of his passes, and Kevin O'Connell's going to shut that down for the rest of it. So there'll be no more national coverage of J.J. McCarthy in the preseason, and all the haters and the losers are. It's like you're going to a deli or like a nice butcher shop, right? You gotta take a number. Just take a number. Wait your turn to eat all of the ish. All right, because just a little flash, a little it'll be good. It'll be good. Put him under wraps till the regular season. Justin Jefferson will be back. He'll be fine. Right. Also, love when number 9s look out for number 9. So Tommy Kramer, 2-minute Tommy, 494 Tommy, all the good stuff. He endorses J.J. McCarthy. 2 things you can't teach: instinct and the will to win. This kid has them both. He's the real deal. Vikings fans, a good reason to be excited for the season and years to come. Now, I feel like these endorsements don't come lately. Like Tommy Kramer wasn't coming out of the woodwork and just like hailing Christian Ponder. This guy. No. But Kramer, instinct and the will to win, he definitely had that. Right. And, Tommy's a little bit before my time when I was like really paying attention to football. I was 4, but he was one of my dad's favorite players just because. All right, so my grandfather, he respected Tarkenton, sure, but he loved Joe Cap, right? Joe Cap, out here throwing without the laces, number 11, ready to fist fight in the parking lot, doing shots at tequila with his linemen before games. It was good stuff, right? And also, my dad's favorite quarterback was Tommy Kramer, right? Because both Tommy Kramer, Joe Cap, J.J. McCarthy, we'll see, they just had it. You know what I mean? Where the teammates loved him, fight and scrap, and there's always our gauge. Like, do you love the game? Would you play the game for $10 and a ham sandwich, right? And also, just small things add up. Like McCarthy, the way that he speaks to the media, even though Chase Daniels doesn't like it. The way that he got in that scuffle with Tyler Batty after he knocked out Aaron Jones, says that he wants to be the first guy in every fight. He's a hockey dude. He's got that mentality. And I feel like he just has it. Now, he may suck as a quarterback, but he's got it. But also, I don't think he's going to suck as a quarterback, which is going to be good. All right, so, I mean, Tommy Kramer's got it. Also, did Tommy Kramer go to Rice? I want to say yes. Otherwise, it's some, like, West Texan State, something like that. But if he went to Rice, I'm predisposed to like him. So, there you go. Also, speaking of 494 Tommy, this is fun. Franchise records, single game passing yards. The Wenzel Perspective put this together. The Vikings, Tommy Kramer, 1986, 490 yards. So not 494 Tommy, 490 Tommy. It was good. And actually, the Vikings are tangentially connected with 5 of these. So, number 1, Norm Van Brocklin, 554. He was actually the first head coach of the Vikings. People don't realize that Bud Grant was not the first coach. He was second coach because Norm Van Brocklin sucked. But Warren Moon, Love You Blue, 527 with the, well, they say Titans, but it was the Oilers. But Warren Moon had a couple years here with the Vikings. Then also Brad Johnson, BJ, 1999, 471. So remember, Brad Johnson was the original starting quarterback for the 98 Vikings. Randall Cunningham was the backup. Brad Johnson, was it a foot or an ankle? One of the two. But he was up on blocks. And then after 98, Randall Cunningham was extended. And Brad Johnson was traded to Norv, new head coach in Washington, for a first, second, and third round pick. And with the first round pick that they got from Washington, the Vikings selected Dante Culpepper. Get your roll on. Again, stupid things that my mind retains, but ask me Ezra's middle name. I think Ezra has the same middle name as I do. Anyways, also number 5, Josh McCown of the Browns, 2015, 457. That's also the number of teams that he's played on, 457. It's good times. Good stuff. Yeah. Also good stuff. Love to see this. So if you remember, the Bears opened up as 1-point favorites initially. Monday Night Football Week 1 hosting the Vikings. And you think, okay, home field advantage. All the Caleb Williams hype. Oh, they won March for the second year in a row. But then all of a sudden, the public got a hold of that line, as well as some of the storylines from training camp, seeing how Caleb Williams and this offensive line is still dysfunctional. And now the Vikings are 2.5-point favorites. So this is a big swing, right? And also, if it somehow gets to 3, that's a massive swing. So basically, it goes 3.5 points, swinging pendulum. That's rare, right? And so basically, that's all the public money. It's all the sharp money coming in and be like, hey, we like the Vikings outright, but if you're going to give us points, we're taking it. And then the line kept moving and shifting and moving and shifting and moving and shifting. So it's kind of glorious. It's kind of good times. Hell, by kickoff, it might be Vikings -3. Might be the full field goal. So there you go. Also, we guys give some props here. So, people are freaking out about the wide receiver room because, Justin freaking Jefferson and all that stuff. But also, Jalen Naylor is having a tough camp, has the no contact jersey on, had a couple bad drops. Been kind of the story of things. Injuries and drops. Addison's going to be suspended. But instead of going out and adding a receiver or trading for Thielen, even though I'd be down for that, let's talk about the rise of Lucky Jackson, Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, UFL superstar, and Thayer Thomas, NC State's number 2 receiver all time behind Torrey Holt, which is crazy, isn't it? Yeah. But these two have risen up. They've gotten some reps with the ones. And frankly, instead of, bitching about how the Vikings lack wide receiver depth, let's talk about these two, because these guys in year 3, I think Jackson's in year 4. Thayer's in year 3, I think. Yeah. But, they've been here. They've been on the practice squad. They've been part of the organization for years. And the coaches, the decision makers, Kwesi, they see these guys every single day, and they're comfortable with them running with the first team. All right, so they probably know a little bit better than us, the average fan out there. And plus, I do want to see – I just love stories like this, man, where we've seen this with wide receivers. Yeah, and, of course, Thielen is the prototype of that, where undrafted, unwanted, tryout, 90-man, practice squad, special teamer, starter, star, Pro Bowler, right? And also, to a degree, we've seen this with Tristan Jackson. Remember him? That went to the Cardinals. We've seen this with guys like B.C. Johnson, 7th-round pick. He started over Justin Jefferson. That's a fun piece of trivia. Yeah. Hell, Charles Johnson, even though he started over Diggs. Yeah. But overall, I do think it's a spot where, obviously they bring something to the table. I think Thayer Thomas is a bit of a slot machine, as well as a solid punt returner behind Rondale. So, props to them for getting better. It's good to see. Also good to see. Actually, not good to see, but whatever. Vikings fan page, it's probably a long shot that Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson returns to practice next week against the Patriots. Darren Dugan-Wolfson mentioned on Score North. I do think at some point maybe it's that last week in August, or maybe it's when things ramp up, Bears prep week, that Jefferson gets some good reps in. I'm not worried. All right, so Jefferson is out here. It'd be one thing if he was out of practice, sort of moping around and moving like the Tin Man. But, he's got a light sleeve on that leg with the hamstring, but he's out here. He's having fun. Like, Kevin O'Connell was he basically said it without saying it, and talked about how Jefferson was able to prepare in the 2020 season without preseason, right? Now, obviously, he wasn't going to play in preseason games, but I think it's a spot where Jefferson's going to continue to get physical therapy, get treatment in the trainer room, and just do his own thing. Obviously, he can ball. Yeah, kind of stinks that he's behind the 8 ball with chemistry with McCarthy, but they got some reps in during OTAs, mandatory minicamp, off season too. So every little ting is going to be all right. The opposite of all right. Oh man, so I empathize with Madden, right? Actually, I don't, because it's like a $1 billion game, and EA Sports. I don't know. All right, so Isaiah Rodgers Sr. So Chad Ochocinco is making fun of Rodgers' Madden character. It's not that bad, big bro, Ochocinco. Nah, man, it's bad. My hairline, though, you couldn't use no enhancements or nothing. Laughing emoji. Crying laughing emoji. It's just... So, objectively, Isaiah Rodgers, that's a good look over there on the left. Everything is good to go. You got the goatee. Haircut, the hairline is good, but I don't know what this is on the right. I don't know. He's got like the LeBron hairline. What's going on there? And also, it's not even close to similar facial hair. It's like Isaiah Rodgers has a dream. I don't see it. Right? It's actually it's closer to like if Isaiah Rodgers was getting too old for this ish. That's way closer. I don't know, but I feel bad. Also, Rodgers said that he's going to have a custom creative player. Plus, beyond that, Isaiah Rodgers ran a 4.28 at his pro day at UMass. Go Minutemen. Woo, that's right. And his speed in Madden is a 93. Like, how do you have to run a 3.9 to get a 99 speed in Madden? Like, do you have to be Bo Jackson? Do you have to be Usain Bolt? You have to be Justin Gay to get a 99 speed on Madden. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Quick turn of tone. So this sucks, man. Rashan Slater to miss 2025 season after sustaining a torn patellar tendon in practice. So it's terrible, man. Absolutely sucks. And things like this where, I mean, it was just a normal practice rep. If you saw the video, non-contact could have happened at any time in the season, in a game, in practice. It just sucks, right? And this is why, in the back of your mind, you're always sort of on the player's side when it comes to contract negotiations. When not so much like when they're getting like obtuse money, you know what I mean? But securing the bag, just making sure you have some guarantees, because every player is one play away, and that's the reality of things out here. And I'm really glad that Slater secured his contract when he did last week, because if he hadn't, then this happened. Didn't the Chargers, or any team for that matter, would just be like, we were going to pay you, so here you go. No. He'd be lucky to get 30 cents on the dollar, or just have to play out his contract, which kind of stinks. And yeah, from what I've read, like patellas with offensive linemen specifically, it's bad news. So, wishing the best for Rashan Slater. It is noteworthy that the Vikings do play the Chargers week 8. Sounds like Trey Pipkins, veteran, pride of Sioux Falls, is going to be at their left tackle. So, yeah, Grenard's going to have 19 sacks. That's all. Yeah. Also in injury news. So, I have a Jelly Beans wager that I'm getting 3.5 to 1 on my Jelly Beans that the Lions do not make the playoffs. I feel really good about it, because beyond the the obvious parts of losing 8 assistants, including Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, Ragnow's a huge loss. Lots of questions on the interior offensive line. Lots of questions along the defensive line as well. Hutchinson, McNeil, I mean, they're come back from injuries. Onwuzurike tore his ACL, as well as this one. And they're relying on Rakestraw. Jordan Schultz, go. Lions quarterback Ennis Rakestraw Jr. underwent successful shoulder surgery today and will miss all of the 2025 season. A tough blow for the talented second-round pick, who is poised to take on a much bigger role in the Lions secondary this year before suffering the injury. So, Rakestraw was solid, man. I liked it. Now, he was part of the overhaul in the secondary, also picking up Terry and Arnold, because they're scared of Justin Jefferson. They're scared of Jordan Addison. And Rakestraw is a undersized but tough, feisty, physical corner. Loved him coming out of Mizzou, and that's big. It's a big loss for them. And it's just noteworthy because I feel like that Lions Super Bowl window closed. I love my wager. We'll see. Yeah. And lastly, I love when the Vikings are in Immaculate Grid, because I can go deep references, right? So yesterday it was the Vikings column with the rows of Cowboys, Colts, and LSU Tigers. So what this is that the player has to play at least one regular season snap or playoff snap with the respective teams. So when Andrew Booth Jr., 0.5%, it's good. For the Vikings and the Colts, so Cameron Bynum would not have counted since he hasn't taken a regular season snap yet, right? I think that's where a lot of people screwed up. Yeah. But Chris Reed, 0.1%. We got the full Wes Phillips out here. It's good. Now, and I remember from the other day when I was complaining, like, all right, there was a time when Bradbury got hurt and Schlutman, the backup center, got hurt, and then Chris Reed had come in at center. He literally could not snap the ball. Like, how are you the backup center and you literally cannot shotgun snap? I don't know, man. You think that they would teach you that at Mankato State University Community College. All right. And lastly, for LSU, I mean, the obvious answers are Justin Jefferson, Danielle Hunter, right? But we had to massage our mind grapes. Henry Thomas, who has like 95 sacks as a true nose tackle. I think on the list, of the official list, I think that he has the most sacks for a true nose tackle in the NFL, in NFL history. So any day that you can use Hardware Hank in Immaculate Grid, it's a good day. 0.4%. Let's go. Let's go, man. Anyways, speaking of Danielle. All right, so we got to go get a lift in. Thanks for coming along. Happy Friday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.